On this edition of the Coffers, let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves some treats. Well, we are in the final stretch for Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. And now we are starting to see the full turnout of advertising for this highly anticipated movie for us in this community. Last night, I happened to be out doing some errands, and I decided to pop into my local Cinemark out here in California. Just on a hunch, and lo and behold, they had their theater exclusive merchandise out, and there was actually quite a bit. Here's the thing with theater merch: it's not cheap, and well, I couldn't afford it all. But I did grab some things, and I figured we'd take a look at some of the fun stuff that will be available when you buy your movie ticket to go see the latest entry in the Monsterverse. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to dive on in to some of the fancy things. I got photos, I got video of the other things, just to kind of show you what else was there that I didn't bring home with me. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So of course, when you go to a movie, you gotta get popcorn. It's a staple, it's a given, it's a must. And the recent trend of popcorn buckets kind of making a big comeback, which I do thoroughly enjoy. I love a good bucket. I love something with some heft to it. If I am spending $18 to $20 on popcorn, I want a little souvenir to come back home with me. And I do appreciate that the film industry has been making strides at letting us film fans have a little something to bring back with us. Some of you might have seen the Dune bucket that's out there. Yeah, that thing. Well, yeah, that's just one of several real fun buckets that's out at the moment. But Godzilla and Kong doesn't just have one, it has several. But we're going to start with the standard boy, the tin bucket, which is this. So, as you can see, didn't get any popcorn in it because, well, I wanted to keep this thing clean. It's going to be for later use. But I figured, well, why not take a look? So, as you can see, it is tin. It's kind of hefty. It's not too flimsy. I gotta give them credit. So, it's got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexagonal, octagonal. My math is failing me right now. It's several sided, but we have something new on each side. So of course, the main side with the logo is completely embossed, as you can see right there. Yeah, look at that. With these red crystals that I'm assuming are going to play a big part in the movie. So side one, we got Scar King's ugly mug right there. Also, the name is embossed on it, and his facial features are also super embossed. And then there's Kong. So as you can see the detailing there, this is the basic artwork. Same as the other guy. And we come back around for the buffer zone, the logo. And then we got our big guy himself, Godzilla Evolved. Great detailing. And then last but not least, the big bad that they still refuse to show us in the trailers, which I'm also kind of glad they're not. There's Shimo in all of, now we know for a fact, her glory. Just look how mean she looks. And there's that. So At Cinemark, this thing ran $16 and you get a free refill with it. So not a bad deal considering that a standard full-size large popcorn is already about $12.50 anyway. So you're getting a little something cool to take home. If you have kids, this is perfect for a room display. If you are a movie aficionado and you loved having a night at home, also perfect. If you just like Godzilla merchandise, this is something fun. As I said in my review of the trip to Japan with the theater merch, it is something that the Japanese do very well, and we are woefully behind on, but at least this is a start. So, but this isn't the only bucket. Like I said, this is not the only one. Now let's show you what else I got. So besides the standard normal popcorn bucket, Cinemark is offering these tins, which are much thinner than the other popcorn bucket, but I believe they hold the same amount. This one is obviously taller. I'll show you in a minute. But they have 3. So there's a Godzilla, a Scar King, and a Kong. No Shimo, unfortunately. They have this grid pattern on it with a series of stats. So I grabbed Godzilla because, you know, it's Godzilla. So there's the stats right there. And you can kind of see in the background Godzilla, but I'll get to that in a minute. It's got the Monarch logo on it. And the Godzilla and Kong also embossed. As you can hear, hollow. So it's got this numbering system on it. And then we got more back there. And it pretty much looks like a nice containment unit with this little danger symbol. Yeah. Don't worry, you're not going to get shocked. And then there we go. So on the top, now unlike the other popcorn, this is sealed. So as you can see, it was like, well, what's the point of that? Well, this is the ingenious thing about these particular buckets, because at first I was kind of, I myself was like, well, what's the point? I mean, as you look at it right here, it looks kind of dopey, but no. There was actually some thought put into this, and it's pretty awesome. Allow me to show you. Look at that. It's a whole different ball game. So you can, as you can see Godzilla very clearly. They even bothered to paint in his spines. He's fully detailed. The artwork is pretty original too. I haven't seen this artwork pop up on anything else. So kudos to them for not just going with standard stock. But when you pull back, that looks amazing. So whoever came up with this tin idea, I think had the idea to put a LED light on the lid. You can get any of the small little suction cup ones from Walmart, Best Buy, anything like that. Pop it on there, and it turns into this amazing light box display. This would look beautiful in any room, any office, especially at night. Now, there are 2 other ones. I didn't grab Kong and Scar King, mostly because these are actually a bit more expensive. I think they're $1.50 more. And I already spent quite a bit of money on the stuff that I'm reviewing as it is today. But if you have all 3, they would look amazing as little DIY displays. I gotta give them credit. This one is a lot cooler than what the advertisements offered. So I did post a picture of this on our social media, which remember, you can always follow us online. And people kind of got the idea it glowed in the dark. It doesn't glow in the dark, but you can add a light to it. And there's actually a little more in the bottom. So there's the Monarch logo, and there's that. So just a real good look at what a basic $4 light can do for this bad boy. All right, moving on. Up next, we got our drink containers. So there is another drink cup that is available to purchase. I didn't buy one yet because I plan on getting it when I actually go see the movie. I do enjoy going to my local Cinemark. It is a higher quality theater out here, and especially where I live in Southern California. And I kind of wanted to wait. But I do have a picture. There you go. See, that one's a little more basic. This guy, though, is a lot cooler. So this is the kids cup. And there are two other ones. There's Kong and there's Scar King. But my esteemed colleague, Jessica, when I was talking to her and I told her I was picking these things up, saw this bad boy and lost her marbles over it. She thought it was the most adorable thing on the face of the planet. So of all the things she asked for, this cup was the big item. So this is the kids' drink cup. And you might be wondering, how in the heck is this a cup? Well, as you can see, it's completely hollow. It's plastic. And then on the top here, we have the roof that opens. And you fill up with your favorite soda. Close it back up. There we go. Straw goes right there. Like I said, it's pretty cool. It is probably the most expensive thing in comparison to quality you get. These things were still, these were about $15. These were not cheap. The regular cup was only $7. These, on the other hand, are more expensive. But here's the thing. They're aiming at kids. And these are to be taken to school, to be drank out of, to be used over and over again. They definitely do not look machine wash safe. So I would recommend that if you plan on getting any of these for your kids, that perhaps you wash them by hand. This is just a decal right here, as you can see. So I have a feeling that if you throw this in your dishwasher, it's going to just destroy it. So if you're planning to get these for yourselves, if you're an adult collector and you got to have everything, you'll be perfectly fine. Like I said, I would just hand wash it. But if you're getting them for your kids, and they want to take care of it, just throw a little TLC in there. But the Kong and Scar King were the same kind of chibi style. They're very cute. It's original artwork that I haven't seen done yet. And yeah, for kids, these are perfect. I mean, they're durable. I have two very young nephews that this would be perfect for because, like I said, you could throw them across the room and you're not going to break them. But the only problem is that this guy doesn't look like it's that safe. So maybe for little, slightly older kids. All right, let's move on to the next round. Now for something completely different, legit collectible items. Like, these are legit collectibles. These aren't just something that you would buy at the theater for food. These are toys. So when I brought up that theaters are up in their game, they're really up in their game. So this is a trio of plushies. They stand about 6.5, 7 inches tall, and they are available at the concession stand. The one at my theater had a whole stock that they just put out, so I grabbed all 3. These are the big boys right here in your collector's line. So you got obviously Godzilla, Kong, and Suko. So let's dive into each one of them. So we start with Suko, little baby Kong, and he's pretty cute. As my esteemed colleague Jessica noted, why does he look like he's not as big as the other ones? She originally thought he was Scar King, but I'm like, no, that's Suko. So he is kind of squatting down, gives him a little more childish look. He does have that sweet little baby look on his face, but I think it's also to the fact that these are kind of scaled, so if he stood up on his hind legs, he'd be as big as Godzilla and Kong. So I think this is just for a sense of scale. He is a full plushie, and he's actually a very well-made plushie as well. I gotta give credit where credit's due. These are very high quality, and honestly, probably the best deal out of all the collectibles that Cinemark is selling, because these are only $12.50 a piece. That's about probably average of what you would get at any regular store. So I'm assuming these are pretty heavily mass produced. They all come with a tag. So as you see right here, calling the new Empire, there's that. If you guys are desperate to try to find these guys online, I doubt you will. But you can, if you got a local Cinemark, they seem to be popping out everywhere right now. Here's his other main tag. Let me get a little closer there. You can kind of see that. That's pretty terrible. Hold on. That's better. There you go. So there is his standard tag. So you want to tear off the other one, you got this. And then on the back, he is pretty much, you can't throw him into your washing machine. He is made by Snapco LLC. Out here in Camarillo. God, I live out here and I can't even say that. Camarillo, California. So, yes. So Suko, real cute guy. Like I said, $12.50 a pop. Not a bad deal whatsoever. Up next, we got Kong, who looks real grumpy. As you can see there. He just ain't having it. So he's got, he's fully furry. And the parts that would look like skin are of a different texture. So you can see right there, he's got his battle scars. And just that, I'm just too old for this kind of look on his face. He's a black texture in color. Right there. The only problem with this one is that, I'll show you, doesn't stand at all. And finally, last but not least, you have Godzilla Evolved. Yes, they went with the Evolved form, which of course you would. That's his new form. As you can see, he stands perfectly well. He's actually the biggest of all three. To the point you can't even get his whole face. Look at that. You can't even see his whole face. As a plushie goes, this is not bad. I kind of dig him. He's very cutesy. He still has that kind of mean look on his face. There's his tag. He is scaled, which is a nice little detailing. His pattern is completely scaled, as you can see right there. Goes from bumps to bigger patterns. The spikes have this luminescent finish to them, and they are pretty much like a vinyl polyurethane texture. So not bad. The eyes are totally stitched on. They are not beads, so they will last. And of course, there's his big goofy smile. But yeah, of all the theater exclusive merch, I would say these are the absolute best, especially if you're a plushie fanatic. I know a lot of people are, but if you have kids, especially young kids, these are perfect. These are absolutely spot on, and they are affordable. I would say these are well affordable for any family. Like I said, $12, and this is like I said, look, you see my hand, like it's a pretty good size Godzilla. So if you have young ones, absolutely, I would highly recommend, if you see these, grab these, especially if you're got a little Godzilla fan at home, or you're trying to build one. You're trying to get them into the cult, if you will. This is the perfect gateway of sorts. So I kind of dig this guy a lot. He is going to Jessica though, because, well, she loves her plushies, and that is where his home will be going forward. So there you guys go. All right, guys, there you have it. That is my Cinemark haul. Hopefully, if you guys are seeing Dune 2 this weekend, that you guys might see these pop up in your local theater. But if not, when you go get your ticket for Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire, that these will be eagerly awaiting you as you get ready to sit down and watch what hopes to be some giant monster mayhem. Remember, if you like what you see, we do have a show. It's called the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. We are at theKaijuKingdomPodcast.com, where you can download our show. We also have other information on there, back episodes and all the good stuff. That is thekaijukingdompodcast.com. And if you're a person that doesn't like to physically do the act of downloading, we are also on all of your favorite streamers, Spotify, Apple, and anywhere else you find finer podcasts. We're also online on X at The Kaiju Kingdom, Instagram at The Kaiju Kingdom, and Facebook.com/The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And that'll do it for this edition of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.